Hi, and welcome back to my journey. It's been a few days, again, like last time. And like I said, I wasn't going to come on if I wasn't feeling like I could do this. So, quick update, I'm at 32.150, and I've been not listening to my body, which I think everyone needs to listen to their body. And I've been pushing each day for the last 3 or 4 days I've been saying I'm going to make a cut, or I'm going to hold, and I haven't. So today I'm going to hold, and then maybe even tomorrow. I really wanted to get down to 32 or like 31 point something, but again, I'm letting my ego get in the way of my healing. I mean, because there's no saying that in another couple weeks, couple days, whatever, the next time I start back up, I won't be able to, come down more quickly. So, but at the same time, having said that, the water titration is going very well. I am coming down quicker, even though I haven't been on here. And I did realize one thing, that I think one of the reasons I don't come on here when I'm not feeling well, and that's not to take away from anybody that does. I mean, because what you're feeling and what you need to do for your healing process and for the journey that you put onto YouTube I respect that immensely. It's just for me, I realize one of the things is I'm embarrassed, which is something I'm going to work on, because that's part of my anxiety too. So I think the two go together, which I think is interesting. I went and saw my doctor today, and she's pleased with the way things are going. And again, I'm the first person that's ever done water titration with her, so it's interesting to be able to talk to her about that. And I don't really have a lot to say right now. The one thing I would like to ask you guys, I have a question, and that's the intense, at least for me, one of my side effects is intense muscle pain. Neck, shoulders, can be anywhere. But especially after, this is my ego, I guess, doing something, vacuuming. Could be something as simple as that can set it off. I decided for whatever reason I needed to clean our dryer vent a couple days ago. And if anybody's ever fought with one of those aluminum things behind your dryer, that's always fun. But I have a cleaner that we've had for a long time, and I've used it, and I needed done because I kept having this dream that, about that. So I'm like, you know what? So we don't have a fire. I'm going to go clean that out. Anyway, did that. Felt it. I was sore when I got all done, but nothing too whatever. And then, but about an hour or two later, then it was really sore. So I guess my question to you guys is, what do you do? What do you guys do for the muscle pain that comes along with this? Whether you're titrating, whether you're cold turkey, I mean, it doesn't. I know we all have that. I know that's something that I've read that's very much in common, and I just like to know what other people do. For me, warm baths, warm showers. Like I said, the Epsom salt baths for me are kind of a necessity at this point. And I guess the other question to you guys would be, and this would be to anybody out there, even if you're going through this, or if you're on the other side, for anyone out there that comes across this that's on the other side, people say acceptance. And one of the things I've been doing lately is I've noticed that all of a sudden I've kind of stopped worrying or just caring, I guess. It's kind of what it feels like to me. And maybe that's just me still processing it. But it's like with my daughter, there's something I couldn't do with her, or whatever it is. Something coming up with a family event or something. And I know I'm not going to be able to go and do it, or at least that's, and again, I guess whether you think you can or whether you think you can, you're right. But beyond that, there's, when something just comes up and it's like, okay, I don't know if I can do that or whatever. Well, I guess that's not the question. The question really is, I'm starting to find that I don't really, people say acceptance, and that's one thing I always say is accept. And I just accept where I'm at, and that's what I'm telling myself. But it feels like I'm giving up and I don't care. And for me particularly, this is referring to my family, and particularly my wife and daughter, and particularly my daughter. It's like it's almost as if I feel like I don't care, and I know that's not true because I care more than anything, and I want to be there, and I want to be there for everything. And but now it's like I come to the point where I realize, okay, well that's even driving. I've actually just kind of put it out of my mind. Like right now, we're not driving. So I'm hoping that's acceptance. I'm hoping that even going for my walks, still from time to time, but I haven't been really pushing myself to do them. I've been more focusing on coming down off the medications and just, doing some meditation or just doing some relaxation techniques or, whatever it is, just to try to not to keep my central nervous system, whatever. And I don't know if that's being lazy. And I really am asking this question because I'm hoping that it's acceptance. I'm hoping that I'm just finally saying, okay, uncle, and I'm just going to accept where I'm at, and when I get a window. But that's the thing right now. That goes back to my other question is when I get these windows, all of a sudden it's like I have to do something. So I guess acceptance kind of, and so then you do. And like for us here in Florida now, our grass is going to start growing and the leaves are falling right now because for us this is kind of our fall, even though it's coming into spring. So I've been blowing off the leaves and whatever, and even that, that take me a little while, and I get really, really sore. Not to mention I wear earplugs and have sunglasses on, but even just the vibration and the noise that does come through, really gets me all keyed up. And I don't know how to explain that, but I think a lot of you would understand that. So my two questions are, what do you do about muscle pain? And two, have you come to the place where you are accepting, you feel acceptance, you feel like that you're trying to accept that things are the way they are for now. That doesn't mean you've given up. It just means for now this is what it is. Or do you fight with it like I am, that it's like I've given up in some way? Sometimes I feel like I've just, it's not. But even in my mind though, I see myself and I try to picture myself in the future doing it. But at the same time, it feels like I've kind of given up. I've even done that somewhat with the YouTube. There's been days I'm just like, I don't feel like doing it. And I've accepted that. It's like, okay, I don't feel like doing it today, so I won't. And lose subscribers, gain subscribers, all that egoic stuff that, doing. It's like, that's not why I did this. It's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for myself to chronicle this journey. And somewhere down the line, if it helps, I think it's helped some people. I've been told that it has. So I've already accomplished what I wanted to do. Now for me, it's just documenting and then continuing to help people if I can. Anyway, so those are my two questions and my update. Still coming down, still here. Has been tougher the last few days, but I'm going to hold for a couple days. And that's the one nice thing about water titration is when you hold, you're not holding after a big stair step. You're holding, after a small cut. So it seems like that. I've only done it once now, but it did seem like it. It only took me a day or two even. I think I held 2 days. I think the second day I realized I really didn't need to. So I'm hoping that this is just to be a 1 day, 2 days, whatever. And then I can go back to it. And again, that doesn't mean everything goes away. It just means, it becomes a little more manageable. Anyway, thank you. Again, it's just an update. And if you guys would, for those of you that can answer those questions, if you come across this video and you can answer those questions, I'd love to know your perspective on that. It would help me quite a bit, and I'm sure anybody else that comes across and reads the comments, I would. And again, I know it's tough sometimes to comment, but if you could, I would appreciate it. So thank you, and I'll talk to you again.